What is going on, everybody? It's your boy, Mr. Banks, coming at you live with another trade recap. And as you guys know, we hit SPY for over 400% banger in a day. And I want to show you exactly how we did it so that you can start taking trades like this and become a profitable trader. So thank you for tuning in. Hit that retweet and like so you don't miss any of this educational content I put out on a daily basis to make you a profitable trader. Hit us dirty today, guys, with the sell. I mean, I think everybody knew September was going to be September statistically is a down month. They hit us hard first day, kind of caught everybody off sides. From a technical standpoint, we were just in supply. We sold off. Technical standpoint, nothing too crazy going on here. But 3-day weekend, come on, guys, hitting us absolutely dirty. And as you guys know, there's no hindsight trades here. These are real trades that are taken. Um, as you guys saw, select puts daily to turn into a bearish engulfing. Grab the puts, broke it down to everybody. 429% banger with that 550 final target. And as you guys know, earlier on the day, I gave the levels and the price target and the trade plan to the group. If we stay below 557, start selling 555, 553, 550 final target was hit on these puts. Absolutely smashed. Congrats to the team. First day in here, already $12,000 on the day, 4,600, 1,500, 16,000. I mean, shout out to the group. But you guys came here for the recap. So let me break it down to you. Understanding price action, understanding why we took puts, understanding the trend, things you can do to stay in a trade, things you could do to see the trend. Well, today, for me personally, it was all about the daily, the 1 hour, the 4 hour. Why was it all about the higher time frames today? Well, the higher time frames are going to show you the bigger moves. So when we start selling on the daily here, I had my levels: 557, 555, 553, and 550. So let's start there. Let's just start at the actual levels, and then we'll get into some EMAs. So 557, why is this an important level? Huge rejection point. But with the most recent price action, we can also see 557 was a massive bounce and support level. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? 557 was an absolutely massive level that in this range was acting as a very solid support. So again, higher time frames, daily 1 hour, 4 hour, 1 hour, find your huge supports, find your huge resistances. That's how you're going to find your big levels. Great. So we know 557 is a massive level. From there, what's that next big level? Well, the next big rejection, if we look left, was this 555. Okay, great. Most recent price action also showing us 555 is a very valid level. From there, 553, most recent price action, 1, 2, huge daily candles showing 553 as a massive support. And then we have 555. Obviously, below 555, there's more levels, but sorry, below 550, there's more levels, but 550 was really that last big level you could see here on the daily was that support. Below that, we have 545 as that next huge level. So look at the daily, 4 hour, 1 hour, find your big levels to trade from. I don't care what news is coming out. I don't care what's going on with data. The fear, it doesn't matter, guys. We are traders. What do? We trade the price action around our levels. So yes, in the moment, it can get overwhelming at times, but as long as we have good levels and we trade around our levels, more times than not, we are going to execute good trades. We're going to execute good trades. Well, how do you know it was going to sell? How do you know, bounce trades work, right? I think we caught a couple 50, 70% bounce trades as well today. These levels worked and worked well for bounce trades as well, right? So is anybody right? Is anybody wrong? Yes, the bigger move was to the downside. So even if you caught calls off of these big levels, and I'll show you here in a second, you still executed well, right? If it's a green trade, you still executed well. There's still 50, 70%, trades available at these levels to the upside. But yes, right? Don't get so up in arms of, Oh, well, I didn't catch the bigger sided move. Okay. As long as you are executing good trades, guys, that is all that matters. Whether you took calls today and you're green on the day, or you took puts today and you're green on the day. Are you green on the day? Did you execute a good trade? Yes. The bigger trade was to the downside. Great. There's going to be more opportunities. So don't get so hard on yourself if you don't catch the bigger sided move, right? You still executed the good trade. You did well. And if you're trading around your levels, most important. So we have 557, 555, 553, and 550. So why are these levels important? Why did I say start selling below 557? Well, we could see here, right? A very big support in this range that we're playing out once we got to near all-time highs was 557. So if 557 is acting as a major support, if we're holding below 557, where is the stock going to go? It's going to go to the next level. So try to make it as simple as possible. What do stocks do? They trade level to level. That's all they're doing. Level to level. We can't go to this level. We're going to go to this level. If we get through this level, we're going to go to this level. It's just level to level to level to level all day long. So have your levels. So if we're below a major support within this range and we can't break above, where are we going to head down to? Well, we know our next level is 555. So that needs to hold. And if 555 breaks, where are we heading down to? 553, 550, right? And we could take a look left here. See that 550 area, very, very big. Once we broke these last supports, that was kind of that final support here up in this range was that 550, which took us to that retest near all-time highs, was that last big final support on the hourly. So why was 550 my final target? That was that last big support within this, once we went into that range, below that 545. But I was looking, that's a 10-point or 15-point move, essentially, 14-point move. We're looking for that to be that final support. Anything below that, and then great, SPY sold off immensely. But 550 was that last big support once we broke these other major supports, as we saw on the daily, 553, 555, 550. So that's how I found my levels. That's how I found my price targets on this sell. Great. Where or why did I take puts? And why was that my bias below 557? So again, we broke below that huge support within this range was 557, right? I mean, we can see it clear as day. So we're holding below, we're going to break through the next levels. Now, the 1 hour was, that tell. We were stuck in a range for a while, so this part was a little hard. But what are we seeing on this 1 hour that started forming? Lower highs, lower lows. What is a bearish structure? Lower highs, lower lows, right? So we had a bearish structure still performing. Massive wicks to the upside on these 1 hour candle closes. What is that showing me, right? Because candlesticks are telling a story. So what is that showing me? Buyers try to step up 555 where they should have. Great. But sellers keep pushing us down. And where do they push us down? Below 557, that major support. Buyers try to buy us up, push us down. Buyers up, push us down. So every time we try to push up, we not only created a lower high, we created a new lower low, and sellers were just heavily present. Now onto the EMAs. The EMAs I like to use for a trend are 8, 9, 13. 21's good. You could do the 1348 cross as well to show you the actual trend. 200 EMA as well. So let's go here. The SMA. Let's just do this. So once we broke that 200, right? So 200 is going to be kind of that pivot EMA, SMA you use on the higher time frames, below bearish, above bullish. 200 EMA, below bearish, above bullish. Still like the 5-minute. For trends, though, I like to stay in the trend as long as possible. How do I do that? Now, 10 and 15-minute time frame are going to keep you in there for longer, right? So if we go down to these lower time frames, like the 2-minute, we had times where we broke and held above the 8, 9, and the 13 EMA, right? And for a trend change, what are we looking for? A break of these EMAs, which we got. So this could have got you bullish at a certain point, or at least for a reversal. But that's why I like the 10 and the 15-minute to stay in trends longer. Why? Because you can see here, we never broke above the 10 or the 15. So still lower time frames, but I like to look at those for trends. 8, 9 EMA, 13 EMA. We never broke above, right? We held below. We kind of based out here, went sideways, but we still held below those EMAs. So how do I stay in the trend? How do I know we're trending? You can use the 200 EMA, 15, 10 minute, 5 minute, 2 minute, even below 200 EMA, bearish, above bullish, right? That's going to be kind of like your base thesis for the day. Below the 8, 9, 13 EMA, right? And we start trending, lower lows, lower highs, or higher highs, higher lows. In this case, we were bearish. We're breaking below, lower lows, lower highs. As long as we stay below, right, we can now just keep looking to the downside, right? We can keep looking to the downside. And as I said, guys, I was looking at the higher time frames. They were looking bearish. So try to take calls here to the upside, see if we're going to break. But then we kept putting in lower lows, lower highs. So finally took that to the downside. And you could see here, even on the 1 hour, we stayed below that 200 EMA. So definitely bearish there. Once we broke, nothing but room to 553 and then that 550 area. So again, higher time frames, look at the bigger picture, what's going on. I was watching 1 hour, 4 hour daily to catch the larger trend, right? You could see the daily, we're just melting through these demands. So if the daily is melting through demands, that demand's going to turn to supply. We're just going to keep heading lower and lower to that next level. Beyond that, found my levels on the daily, 1 hour, 4 hour, find your big supports, find your big resistances. If we're breaking through a big support, again, stocks trade level to level. So we're going to most likely go to that next support, right? If we keep breaking each support. 8, 9, 13 EMAs, use on the 5, 10, 15. The 10, 15 is going to keep you in that trend longer. So you don't get any break aboves, right? That 10, 15 will help you keep you in the trade longer, right? Bunch of different ways to trade stocks, right? There's never going to be one way where it's like, I use this way every single time, right? You're going to switch up a little bit. You're going to use things over and over again, but you're going to kind of use them differently. You're going to use them on different time frames. You're going to look at things from a different perspective. So one thing when it comes to trading is, yes, we have things that we use, we have time frames that we use, but we also use different confluences with the same things where we switch it up just a little bit now and again, right? Because we always want to look at things from a different perspective. So keep that in mind when you're trading as well. Hope you guys enjoyed this. If you have any questions, drop them in the chat. If you want to join the team, you want to become profitable, I'll see you in there. Thank you guys for tuning in. Lead on this note, you guys can do it. Do not give up. I believe in you. You guys got this. I love you guys. See you next time on another episode of Profitable Traders.